What's up, everybody? This is Ain't No Lace Gold coming at you with another video. I thought I would showcase my newest acquisition, the Dark Iron Brazier. It is earned through getting the achievement Kings Under the Mountain by collecting all of the or the dwarven fragments throughout the game using archaeology. I thought it was pretty damn cool, and this is usually the cave that I have my altar to the silver hand in, but I thought it would look kind of neat down here, just chilling. It can be enlarged. This is the normal size here, but it can be made bigger or smaller, but I thought it was really damn cool, and I put about 30 to 35 hours into earning this here bad boy. Leveled my archaeology up to 940 out of 950, got pretty damn close, but most of what I was doing was farming for a particular artifact, which I will show you in a second. That artifact allowed me to turn fragments into artifacts and then turn those artifacts into I believe it's Bronzebeard in Pandaria, which I will show you in a minute. And you can change in those artifacts for artifact crates that have dwarven fragments in them, or any fragment if you're looking for a particular item. But I will show you on my alt Tanis, who does my archaeology, and I'll explain a little bit about the manted fragments as well as how you go about getting this as quickly as possible. Now, I had some bad luck. I got several of the same items over the time because sounds like there may be a reset bug that every time you log out it resets your archaeology file, so you keep getting the same items over and over again occasionally. But anyways, I will transfer on to Tanis real quick. Alright, so we are standing in the seat of knowledge in Pandaria, right here. This is where Bronzebeard is located. Now, there are several other places you can get these crates, but I'm going to show you the crates that I used in order to get this achievement. You can farm dwarven sites, but they are few and far between, so what I did is I farmed mostly manted sites. Now, I did get my archaeology up to 940 out of 950 by going to some other locations in Legion and BFA to do some farming so that I could get artifacts to turn in for these crates. But what you want, and I don't have any more crates, I apologize, but what you want to do is solve artifacts in your archaeology. Sorry, wrong one. In your archaeology here, you solve artifacts, and we can go in here real quick and solve one. And then what you do is you take that bad boy, which is right here, and you right click it and you put it into one of these restored artifact crates. And then you come over to one of these guys. Now, there's one in BFA, there's one in Legion that I know of for sure, those two, because I bought a lot of crates from them. But this is where you get them. You can also get the Lore Walker's map, the Manted Artifact Hunter's Kit, and the Lore Walker's Lodestone, which will transport you to a random manted site. But the thing I like about the manted artifacts is once you get through the rares, they're mostly going to be 50 fragments per artifact. So it's the quickest way I found to go through and get the artifacts that you need to turn in for the dwarven crates. Now, we've got a dwarven crate. Well, what do we do with that dwarven crate? Well, we come in here, we right click it, and as you can see down here, I got 8 artifact fragments. Now, that's not bad because most of the time I was getting 5 to 6, sometimes 7, but very rarely did I get anything above 7. But then you take those fragments there. I keep opening the wrong window. Sorry about that. And you go into your archaeology here, and you'll see under the dwarven artifact. Now, if I had a whole bunch more of those crates, I could get up to the 35-ish I need to solve another one of these here common artifacts. But once you get all the rares, you earn the achievement Kings Under the Mountain. And that allows you to go to a gentleman I'll show you in a little bit in Ironforge and buy the brazier. But for now, we'll show you all the stuff I got. I got a whole lot of artifacts that were just garbage, common artifacts, nothing big. I got myself 2 cool swords, and a few other weapons that I accidentally sold. This here cool gun. I had sold a bunch of the artifacts and weapons on accident before I decided to do this here video. Also, used one of the Chalice Under the Mountain King toys, so I got 2 of those toys. I got the Innkeeper's Daughter's Hearthstone. I got this Restored Revenant. I got the Dance of the Dead toy, so I got 2 of those. And then I got the intact direhorn egg, which teaches you to, I guess I haven't learned that one yet. So let's learn that and cage him up. So put him in a cage. That puts him up there. So what is he? He's, yeah, see, these pets are worth quite a bit of money. But I got 2 of the clockwork gnomes. Haven't learned that one yet either. So we'll put him in a cage too. But anyways, those are the items you get as you are solving. You can get mounts, you can get all kinds of stuff, but you're mostly going to get stuff like these here, just artifacts that are nothing, just trash to vendor. But what I'll do is I will go out here real quick, and I'll show you the manted sites. And what you need to do in order to farm these manted sites is you need your archaeology at 525. And right here is a manted site, so you would fly over to that bad boy real quick. And I'll just do that, and we'll talk for a second as I fly over there. But anyways, archaeology is interesting. I never thought I would mess with it. It seemed like a total time sink, and it was. It took me about 35 hours, give or take a bit, to get to this point. Now, I leveled my archaeology almost all the way up the first night, which is pretty crazy. Most people take a long time to level their archaeology, but I'm kind of a grinder, so it was pretty easy for me to just sit there and keep going. I'm used to the grind in this game because I transmog farm and mount farm and all that kind of stuff. So I'm used to having to do things for quite a long period of time before I get what I want. But I did. I got the achievement, Kings Under the Mountain, and I learned how to, or I bought the brazier, so now I have the brazier. But what you do is you come over here and you've got an archaeology dig tool that I highly recommend putting on a hotkey. It's called Survey. But you just go over here, you survey. This little guy points you in the direction you want to go. So you can keep surveying as much as you want, but you'll run over here. You'll figure out where you're at, and we were almost there. I could have probably gotten it on my first go, but I think I'm messing up here, but that's okay. This is supposed to be a candid video, but there you go. The little light jumps up above your head with the shovel. You hit your survey button again, and you get yourself some manted artifacts. I got 9 of them. Now, it takes between 50-ish and 200, depending on the rarity of the item, to make an artifact out of the fragments, and then you can turn that artifact into a and exchange it for the manted crate or the dwarven crate or whatever crate you're looking for. But anyways, I'll be back in just a second here to show you where you get that brazier, and that'll be about the end of this video, so I'll be right back with that. Alright, so I thought I would finish up this video by showing you who you buy the Dark Iron Brazier from. You get it from Diedrich Steel Shaper here. He is in Ironforge right here. And you go to him, and for 700 gold, you can buy the Dark Iron Brazier from him, which looks like this right here. You've seen it in my cave, but now you can see it all on screen. But anyways, that's the Dark Iron Brazier, and you get it for earning the achievement Kings Under the Mountain, which I've already explained. But we'll go ahead and finish up the video here. I'm going to say adios. This is Ain't No Lazy Gold. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.